The people who called for help were the viewers, and the platform's own system took 15 minutes. TikTok admitted a moderation error, and its stated benchmark for comparable live streams is roughly 90 seconds. Live video, unfolding frame by frame, overwhelms tools designed around finished uploads, and that gap between detection and action is what this documentary investigates. Every live platform on Earth runs on the same assumption, that software catches an emergency before a human has to, and this is what it looks like when that assumption fails. If you are struggling, help is available. In the US, call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and internationally, find your local service at findahelpline.com. The question now is whether 15 minutes represents a bug, a staffing decision, or something platforms have quietly accepted as the cost of scale. On Tuesday, August 4, 2026, media personality Perez Hilton, whose legal name is Mario Armando Lavandera Jr., initiated a live broadcast on TikTok from his residence in the Westchester neighborhood of Miami-Dade County, Florida. During the stream, an apparent self-harm-related medical emergency occurred. Viewers watching the broadcast immediately recognized the severity of the situation. Rather than relying on the platform's automated moderation to intervene, multiple audience members took immediate action and contacted local emergency services. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office received an influx of 911 calls from concerned viewers reporting an active crisis. In response, dispatchers mobilized crisis response units alongside emergency medical personnel. Responding deputies arrived at the residence, assessed the situation, and spoke with family members on the scene. After confirming the individual was alone inside, officers used established crisis intervention techniques to manage the situation safely. The individual was safely recovered from the home. Miami-Dade fire rescue personnel then transported him to a local hospital for psychiatric evaluation. Following his admission, his management team at Golden Artist Entertainment and his family members released public statements confirming he was receiving medical care, asking that public attention remain focused on his well-being and requesting privacy during his recovery. If you are struggling, help is available. In the United States, call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Internationally, you can find local, confidential support services at findahelpline.com. Following his admission to the hospital, his representatives at Golden Artist Entertainment and his family confirmed that he was receiving medical care. A psychiatric evaluation was underway to determine the next steps in his recovery. The family specifically requested that public attention remain focused on his long-term well-being, asking for privacy during this transition. In keeping with their request, this account does not analyze personal history, speculate on motives, or diagnose private struggles. The boundary of this inquiry is strictly institutional. This event serves as a critical case study of a platform's public safety infrastructure under pressure, raising questions about how automated moderation systems respond when a human life is immediately at risk. Examining this failure requires looking past the individual event to analyze the structural mechanics of live video moderation, the automated flags, the human cues, and the policy targets that are designed to protect users, but, in this instance, experienced a significant delay. TikTok spokesperson Jamie Favazza publicly attributed the delay to a specific sequence of internal events. According to the company's account, automated systems flagged the live stream within minutes of its start. A human moderator error then stalled the escalation path, allowing the broadcast to continue for approximately 15 minutes before it was permanently shut down. This 15-minute window represents a stark departure from TikTok's stated performance benchmark, which targets a 90-second removal time for comparable streams. This 90-second figure is an internal guideline for similar high-risk broadcasts, rather than a universal standard. In analyzing this delay, investigators must look at two distinct timelines: the platform clock, which records internal automated flags and moderator decisions, and the outside human clock, driven by viewer intervention. While the automated system raised a flag almost immediately, the delay raises questions about the protocol. What exactly happens inside a live review queue once an automated signal is triggered? Following the event, TikTok permanently deactivated the account for violating its terms regarding self-harm. This administrative action changed the status of the channel, removing its public presence. This type of retrospective enforcement functions differently than active, real-time protection. While a permanent ban modifies the post-incident record, it cannot alter the duration of the broadcast itself or the public exposure that occurred while the stream remained online. The decision represents a standard post-event sanction rather than an immediate safety shield. This distinction raises a broader question about platform infrastructure. To understand why moderation operates after the fact, it is necessary to look at how the system handles live content during the broadcast itself. TikTok's documented safety framework relies on a multi-stage pipeline to police live broadcasts. First, automated systems scan the video frames, audio tracks, and stream metadata in real time. These automated tools generate a risk score based on detected signals. Depending on this score, the system either permits the broadcast to continue, blocks it immediately, or routes it to a queue for human review. In this escalation phase, a human moderator evaluates the live feed to make a final enforcement decision, which can include terminating the stream. This simplified model, drawn from TikTok's public safety documentation, operates under immense technical strain. Unlike uploaded files, live video has no fixed ending point. The system must evaluate an unfolding signal with little context, as visual and audio elements change from moment to moment. This creates a difficult trade-off. Acting instantly based on early flags increases false positives, while waiting for clearer evidence delays intervention. Human reviewers face severe time pressure to clear backlogs, even as chat logs and viewer reports offer noisy, delayed, or incomplete signals. When millions of streams run concurrently, latency and scale limits pressure every link in the chain. When automated defenses stall, the safety net shifts to the audience. This represents a decentralized handoff, where distributed viewers step outside the platform's ecosystem to engage public infrastructure directly. Local authorities received multiple emergency calls because individuals in the chat recognized the crisis and contacted dispatchers, creating a parallel system linking observers, centralized dispatch, and local responders. While TikTok's safety guidelines encourage reporting, the application lacks any direct viewer-to-emergency contact mechanism. Flagging a stream within an app remains fundamentally separate from summoning public medical or police aid. As live stream audiences increasingly function as the initial point of contact during crises, it raises a core question. What duty of care does a platform owe when viewers must act before internal safety systems complete their work? For over 10 years, the streaming industry has followed a familiar pattern. High-profile broadcast crises lead to public pledges of reform, yet independent oversight remains difficult. In 1915, Periscope faced backlash over real-time safety, prompting partnerships with crisis groups. By 2018, Facebook Live incident pressure drove new alert systems, and TikTok expanded its own self-harm detection protocols in 2020. Evolving rules now attempt to codify these responsibilities. The European Union's Digital Services Act forces platforms to manage systemic risk and publish performance metrics. The United Kingdom's Online Safety Act mandates proactive risk assessments and safety tools. In the United States, Section 230 preserves broad immunity, while state proposals attempt to enforce reporting delays. Yet, legal scrutiny does not equal immediate liability. The public record currently lacks TikTok's internal moderation logs, the exact escalation path, or independent audits. Without this evidence, three possible explanations remain: a technical routing bug, a staffing capacity decision, or an accepted operational margin of error. The safety expectation and the reported outcome diverged, but the public still lacks the data to understand why. When automated systems falter, human empathy remains our final line of defense. If you are struggling, help is available. In the US, call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and internationally, find your local service at findahelpline.com. Subscribe for more analytical reporting.